Ain't no high stepping with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's been rocking with us as we went through to the show tonight. We had a great show. We had a lot that we got to. I want to give everybody an opportunity to get their thank yous in and their rant and their closings and whatever it is that they want to say. So we're going to send the mic around the room. Tony, you up first. What you got, girl?
I get to go first. Good stuff tonight, guys. It was good to be here in the place, and I can hear myself talking. It sounds pretty cool. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy.
Hey, look, that's the reason why I do the show. I listen to us on YouTube all the time. Plug. I listen to us on YouTube all the time.
All the time. YouTube, replays.
Yeah.
No, have fun, good discussion. Let us just pray for this country.
Yeah. We in some trouble. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. He's sipping on that scissor Pico's Pimp Juice. Our brother, Mr. 3375. Take us home, bro.
I just want to say my nephew is coming home. He had heart surgery a couple of months ago. Came home for the first time in 3 months today. He's 6 months old.
Wow.
Yo, so, I'm very happy for that. Can't wait to travel to Kentucky to see him. And it's just a blessed situation for us. So also, you can follow me on Instagram, Mr_3375, Facebook, Mr.3375, Twitter, Mr. 3375.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. It's time for Big Sis to let us all know why she is, in fact, a grown woman.
Oh, boy, y'all, it's like freaking Monday. It was the longest Monday since the last longest Monday, which probably wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, last Monday.
But I gotta tell y'all, while I was getting myself together to get here, of course, the BET Awards was on. And, yeah, I know. Two things I saw that was funny. I got no real rant, but two things I saw was just hilarious. They started the show off with Toni Braxton. And I think her little girl band in the back, because it wasn't her sister's, but, she looked half decent. She looked fairly decent, and she was lip syncing to her songs. She didn't know which song was coming up next. Every time the song came on, she was like, oh, what? Oh, yeah, like, that's my jam. And then she'll jump in with the lip syncing. So when the replay comes, y'all, watch that crap. Her lips go before the song, before the words. She messed up the words. And I just laughed. I'm like, see, this whole thing right here is a no-no. Not only was that the no-no, Arsenio, I'm so weak, somebody please stop giving me a talk show hall, was the host. And then he made some really pitiful jokes about Barack Obama leaving the White House. I chose not to memorize them, but there was one where I thought was just out of line. I thought it was disrespectful, honestly. He said that, yeah, he said this at a conference, blah, blah, blah. He was talking about, he can't wait to get he said, yeah, y'all, come January, I'm out this MFer. I thought it was disrespectful. He was like, that's how you know your president is black. That's how you know he's black. Really? Stupid? Is that why you can't keep a show? You're just that stupid. You actually stood there on an award show that's supposed to represent some good black folks. Your dumbass gets up there and says something as stupid as that. Like, as the years go by, the one change that we saw was that his hair changed color. Are you stupid or something? If I didn't just pay for that damn TV in my room, I would have broke it if it would have hurt him. I would have just broke it. And I was like, you know what? It's bad enough Toni Braxton stood up there and effed up some songs she did pretty decent on back in the day. But this clown gets up and makes a complete ass out of himself once again. I just politely turned off my TV. And, you know, I was already having a bad day. But to hear something as stupid, I wonder if he read the lines. Did he write this himself? Did they give it to him to say? Did you say that's not right? What the hell goes on that you would say something as stupid? And then I'm going to close it by saying this jackass then says, well, y'all wait and see who he gets in the White House next. We going to get Donald Trump. And he's going to build a wall. That's right. He's going to build a wall around the month of February. I just turned off the TV. Stupid is not what stupid does. Okay? If you're stupid, you're stupid. That is it. So, y'all, you know, I know I should have just changed the channel when it was on, but I was in a hurry trying to get myself out the house and just didn't have time to figure out what to put on the TV in the meantime. But just be careful what you let your kids watch. Be careful what you look at. Because some of these things are so stupid. We insult ourselves so much. And we wonder why we have trouble getting to the next step. There's no glass door. It's your brain. That's your glass door. It's your brain. So just be careful what you look at. Make sure you don't have your kids around. Just because something might be funny, it's stupid and it's foul, it's not funny. It's not funny. So, like I said, I got no real rant, but I was just kind of irritated with that on top of everything else today. And I think I'm going to Twitter Arsenio Hall and let him know what a jackass of a black man he is. Y'all have a good night, and I will talk to you on Monday.
She said that wasn't a rant, y'all. Ain't no #Steppin Marcus J live from the den. And she also said she was going to Twitter Arsenio Hall. I think she means tweet.
Oh, tweet, whatever it is, y'all. Hi, bye, Hakeem.
You know,
Y'all know I'm not good with this stuff.
Live from the den, Legacy Internet Radio. For the second week in a row, I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I just have a quick question that I'm going to send around the room real quick. It's really a statement I want y'all to kind of respond to real quick, and then I'm going to move on and close out the show. But does anybody else think that daylight savings time is stupid? Or is it just me?
It's stupid.
Yeah, okay. Daylight savings, you know, spring forward, fall back. Anybody else got an opinion on it?
It is so stupid. Like, it's still the time of day, right?
Yeah,
All you're telling me is it might be bright outside, but what you really did is just freak up my body chemistry this morning. I had 15 minutes to get to work. So it's just really, it's stupid.
Like, how much power do you have to like
change the clock?
Yeah. Like,
Yo.
I thought only Father Time did that.
But Bush changed the day.
Huh?
Bush. Yeah. You remember Bush was like, okay, we're trying to save on power, so we're going to move it up.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
I don't remember.
They changed when daylight saving time would be.
Yeah.
It was at one point, and then they changed when it actually is.
Exactly.
Is that why at 8 o'clock it was still dark outside?
Yeah. Well,
Because at 8 o'clock normally, like in the summertime, it's the sun is starting to go down.
right.
So maybe that was why it was so jet black.
It might have been. And what sparked it, like, I always thought it was weird. You know, I've been fortunate enough to travel to Arizona a few times in my life. And Arizona, they don't observe it. They just leave the clock alone. Apparently the states have an option to whether they want to do it or not, which I think is kind of dope that they have the option. But I just brought it up. The reason why I brought it up is because I saw a meme that made me think about it, and it's a meme of an indigenous American. Some folks would call that a Native American. And the quote says, "When told the reason for daylight savings time, the old Indian said, quote, only the government would believe that you can cut a foot off the top of a blanket, sew it to the bottom, and have a longer blanket." Like that's a meme, and I just thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to like kind of throw off the end of the show, but that was just something that I thought of. Ain't no #Steppin Marcus J live from the Den, Legacy and Radio. Time for me to get to my thank yous and my closings. First, want to thank our first guest of the night, our sister Joelle Alert, who joined us to talk about the school in Haiti that was founded by her dad and her family. They sponsored the school and they fund it, and it's a great, 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 great school. It's called Institution Mix Mahanaim. It's in Haiti, and we're asking for folks to go to www.eventbrite.com and go to the event page for cities, choose Union, and then type Mahanaim, which is Mahanaim. If you're able to attend the event they're having on April 10th, by all means, purchase a ticket. If you would like to sponsor a child or make a donation to the school, there's a location on there where you can do that. I have personally pledged to sponsor a child this year and going forward as long as I'm able. So I challenge the listeners at Legacy Internet Radio, as well as the Legacy Internet Radio crew, to match that donation. It ain't going to cost a lot, and that's because Haiti is a country that their resources are not like what ours are here. So it's not something that would break your bank to do this. So I want to thank Joelle Alert and her family for sharing that with me and giving me an opportunity to speak to her and bring their school institute Mixed Mahanaim to you guys here on Legacy Internet Radio. Ain't no half step on Marcus J. Thank you to our listeners. Our brother K-Dub was listening. He called in. Hakeem, he's saying goodnight to you. That's why he, of course, has been listening. Our sister Melanie in Chicago, always checking us out and supporting us. Thank you, True Fighter. I appreciate you. Our sister Tamika here in the Cap City. Michelle K down in Tidewater area. Our brother Carlton Banks, original co-host of Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. And, of course, I cannot forget my sister and twin, DJ Renee Melendez out of Jersey City. Of course, you hear her every single Saturday night right here on Deep House Sessions with DJ Renee Melendez on Legacy Internet Radio. Of course, you're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio, Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Heard every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. On Tuesdays, you can hear Enliven Radio, hosted by Mr. L.P. Steven Sykes, as well as Raw Silk on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesdays, you're listening to Sabor Latino, which is the Latin music show. You can hear all kinds of stuff from reggaeton to salsa to who knows what. On Thursdays, you've got All Throttle Radio, the biker show from an urban perspective. They've got a new cruise dynamic. Check them out Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday night go-go right here on Legacy Internet Radio, 7 p.m. until we run out of music to play. And then on Saturdays all day, we run our shows that we had given you throughout the week. We do the replays on Saturday before DJ Renee Melendez at 7, Deep House Sessions. Of course, Bob Marley and the Family Reggae Mix comes on after DJ Renee Melendez and Deep House Sessions. Goes all night until Sunday morning, where we pick up amplified gospel, spiritual music, gospel music all day long until 6 p.m. on Sundays. The newest sensation heard here on Legacy Internet Radio, Twa After Dark, hosted by Q Boogie and Bella. Last night, if you'd have heard the stuff that they got into, wow, you got to just check out the show and hear how dope those sisters are. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. At this time of the show, always profile a missing and or exploited child. This week is no different. Of course, we're still looking for Jade Rodwell. She's been missing for nearly a year. April 14, 2015, from right here in the capital city. She's a 16-year-old black female with black hair, brown eyes. She stands 5 foot tall. She weighs 180 pounds. Last seen on April 14, 2015, wearing a pink jacket, blue jeans, and white tennis shoes. If you have seen Jade Rodwell, please contact the Richmond, Virginia Police Department at 804-646-5125 or contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.com, or call 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. It's time for me to close out the show with my rant and with my closing. I appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity to close it out. Basically wanted to share with you guys a little experience that I had over the weekend. It's called the Dates with Dad. Dates with Dad is an organization, well, it's actually an event that is sponsored by Camp Diva right here in the Cap City of Richmond, Virginia. It's the 9th annual event. It's always a weekend event with great activities and things for dads, father figures, and their daughters. I was honored to be able to escort my 12-year-old princess, Mama J, to the event on Saturday night. It's always a great event. You had a lot of folks who were there with their daughters, granddaughters, nieces, goddaughters, just to look around the room and to see these men just absolutely beam, just absolutely beam at their little girls. It's just something that you can't describe unless you've seen it. And one of the things that I was very impressed with, I probably saw it in recent years. This is our 4th year going. Probably saw it in previous years. But one of the things that really struck me was the disparity in age between the men in the room. They had a piece that was done. Tom Joyner, of course, was there, and he led us in a piece where we acknowledged the youngest dad and the oldest dad in the room. And the youngest dad was 22 years old, and the oldest dad was 77 years old. And it was just a really cool thing to see, just how dads were dressed up in their Sunday best, as some would say, and the little girls were so pretty in their dresses. And you saw infants and you saw older ladies, I'll just say it that way. And so it was just a really cool event. It was really cool, and I appreciated being able to share that for the 4th year with my princess. And then on yesterday, to culminate the weekend with the 5K race with my daughter. First time I was able to run with her. She's a runner. She's done cross country, and she came in 3rd place, and she got a real cool prize. She got a photo shoot, and she's looking forward to doing that. And I'm proud to say that I finished the race. Not only did I finish the race, but I came in 4th place, and I didn't die. My chest wanted to literally pop out of my heart wanted to pop out of my chest, but I didn't. And it was just cool to watch her watch me and see me finish the race and be there with her. And for those folks who are longtime listeners, you guys know how I feel about my daughter. And just to be able to share with her the example of real men and real daughters and that kind of relationship, and be able to show her how a man is supposed to be and how he's supposed to treat a girl and treat a woman and treat a young lady is just something that I'm proud to do every single year. And I'm proud for her to see not just me, but other men do it, so that way she knows that there's so much more out here than the scourge of our communities. That's something that's important to me. It's clearly important to her. It's clearly important to Camp Diva, and it's clearly important to all the dads who represented their families proudly at the Dates with Dad weekend for the 9th year in a row. That's my Marcus's unrelated rant that has nothing to do with what we in here talking about tonight. It's the end of the show, y'all. I want to thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for listening to our show tonight. I want to remind everybody that independence is, in fact, the key to building your legacy. I also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley, who you hear.